Nowhere.
Oh, okay.
No. Jeffrey Lewis.
I'm wondering about this.
Howie Roseman.
Really?
Yeah. Nothing that happened.
How can you ship out a quarterback who was the Super Bowl MVP, who just beat the #1 defense in Chicago in a big playoff
Watch
game?
him. Watch how they do it.
How do you do that?
Watch how they do it.
I hope they do. Honestly, you got it all wrong. You're upside down on it because I want Carson Wentz to remain the quarterback. My team beat Carson Wentz twice already.
Well, they beat you last year.
And when Carson Wentz went to New Orleans, remember that game? It was 48-7 Drew Brees this year. Woo.
This is a different team. They're playing different. Obviously, you look at the defense, the way their defense are playing now. Now, it's hard to say because I thought Chicago's defense played really well. They only gave up. They were averaging giving up 17. They gave up 1 fewer. Give Nick Foles credit, Skip. The third down completion to Alshon Jeffrey.
Was that not huge?
That was huge.
That's 3rd and 9 at the 15? What?
DBs.
Whew.
When you see they get into an empty set or they get 3 receivers, a 3-by-1, and the wide receiver, he stutters, immediately you should jump outside because they're coming with the sprint option. So will you please stop?
You're talking about the 4th down play?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Golden
now
Tate.
we're down to the Golden Tate.
The guys,
okay.
First of all,
I thought you meant the 3rd.
I will give Golden Tate credit because what he did is that he froze him, Skip, because he looked back inside like, okay, what's going on? And then he jetted, which forced the DB to look back inside. Why are you looking back inside? Your guy's not the quarterback. Your guy's standing right there in front of you. So when you peeped inside, guess what Golden Tate did? Jetted to the flat. And guess what Nick Foles? Give Foles credit because Floyd was right in his eyesight. He had
to throw sidearm.
Yeah, he had to change his arm angle.
Woo. And give Nick Foles credit because during the timeout before that play, he ran to the sideline and told Dougie P, fearless. You wrote a book, Fearless. I am fearless. He is the one who told him, you know what? They're going to blitz this. Let's go sprint out. Let's roll right so I can run away from the blitzer, which he did. Now, he got Floyd right in the face, and he had to flip it underneath. But he got Golden Tate in single coverage. And Golden Tate, as you pointed out, when they acquired him for a 3rd-round pick, and I think that 3rd-round pick became, like that's pretty good value, right?
Correct.
Golden Tate is just gutsy. He's blue-collar, and he's going to make that play.
But Skip, the DB, the safety he has inside help. Why would you ever get caught holding the bag inside? You know you have the inside help. If you watch it, the safety walks down to make sure, and you still let Golden Tate get outside.
He was Golden State on that play.
Yeah, come on, but you know what?
Was it not a good throw? Was it not right
Skip,
on the button?
Skip, it was a great throw, given the circumstances under the rest. It's 4th down. If you don't get this,
win or lose.
This is it. This is for all the marbles.
Yep.
And not only do you get a rusher in your face, you have to change arm angles. 4th down, so it's now or never. But I'm saying if guys would do their responsibility, and listen, you know you have help inside. So you know what? If he goes inside, Skip, and he catches it, that's on the safety.
Okay.
But I am not getting beat to the edge. You can't. But give them credit. Philly, see, Skip, Philly's been in playoff mode for the last month. Because they know if they lost any game, it's over. Not only did they have to win out after they lost to Dallas, they had to have some good things happen. Minnesota needed to lose a few, too. So those good things happen, but in order to have that luck, you have to take care of your business on the front end. So you can't hope, well, this happened, that happened. I got to take care of my business, and then we'll see where the chips fall.
So I'm going to say this one more time, and I've been saying it regularly, consistently throughout Undisputed's time here. Nick Foles in a vacuum is not a better quarterback than Carson Wentz. If I just go sort of player to player in a vacuum, I just say, no, I'll go with Carson Wentz. But as a quarterback, playing the positional quarterback in big games, Nick Foles is just better than Carson Wentz. I'm sorry, it happens over and over and over again. They went on their run with Nick Foles at quarterback. Does he have as big an arm as Carson? He does not. Is he as mobile as Carson Wentz? He is not, even though Carson's knee restricted that this year. But again, can he play the position? Can he make the reads and anticipate the big throw at the big moment? He just can. Listen, that last drive, that's 12 plays, 60 yards. It's a thing of beauty against that defense and that stadium.
Making big-time throws.
It's just big-time throws because he started off with a 15-yard Alshon and then the 11-yarder on 3rd and 9 and then that to Golden Tate. That's all time. I got to tell you, that's big time. He has put them back on the map.
He has. But, Skip, there was something that transpired that concerned me, and I was talking about it last night, me and Dion, when I was at the other show. When the Eagles got that first down, why didn't Nagy use his timeouts? He had 3 of them, Skip. Why would you not preserve the clock? Because at worst case, you don't want them to score and burn all the time, so you start burning your timeouts. Now you get the ball back. Say you get the ball back with 125, 130, 135 with no timeouts as opposed to 48 seconds with 1 timeout.
Because he's never been in that position before.
And
that's why.
And you know what, Skip? Therein lies the difference between Nick Foles and Carson Wentz.
I agree.
Because he's been in that position.
He has.
He's had success in that position. Look what I did in the divisional against Atlanta. Although I didn't play well, I won. Got some confidence. And then he and the offense destroyed Minnesota.
Yep.
Now you go to the Super Bowl and you do something that no one gave you a chance. You really outgunned the Patriots and Tom Brady. So he has confidence. And when people say, well, I knew I could do it, do you really know unless you do it? Everybody can say that, oh, yeah, I know I can do that. But until everybody, well, I can run a marathon. Well, until you get on the line and you actually finish it, do we really know if we can really do it, Skip? You have to do something in order to prove, not only to everyone else, but to prove to yourself, because anybody can say, oh, I could have done that from their couch. Well, Nick Foles has done it over the last 2 years, and it's amazing what a guy like that, what it does to the confidence in the locker room, because guess what? The offensive guys believe in him. Skip, this is not the same defense that gave up 48 points to New Orleans. This is not the same defense.
It's not. I agree.
That in the second half, in the fourth quarter, that every time they tied the game, they let Dallas go right back down the field and take the lead in the game.
Same.
This is not that defense.
Nope.
This defense is better.
They're
playing better.
Dak Prescott threw for 243 yards in the fourth quarter and overtime of that game at Jerry World. All of a sudden, they've got DBs off the street who are starting to figure out how to play, how to anticipate, how to jump routes. And young Trubisky played pretty well yesterday. His QBR was 50, which is between scale 0 and 100. It's average. But he threw a couple of balls that should have been picked.
Easy.
One in the end zone, one on the sideline, right?
And the thing was, Skip, he didn't play bad, but he didn't necessarily make the plays that sometimes you have to make a play here. That Nick Foles made every play that he needed to make.
Yet and still. What happened in the final possession of the game? The Eagles kicker, Elliott, he misses the kickoff. It falls short of the goal line at the 7-yard line, and little Cohen you knew what was going to happen. He just broke loose, and he runs it all the way out to the 42-yard line, and then give Trubisky credit. He completed a 25-yarder to Allen Robinson and an 8-yarder to Allen Robinson, and all of a sudden they're set up with a 43-yard field goal. And I must admit, if you'd held my feet to the fire, I'd say it's over. Dallas is going to New Orleans. That's what I thought. And yet, I'm going to go back to that kid who got his fingertips on the football, that Trayvon Hester. Guess who he was a discard of right before camps concluded? It was right before the season started. He was an Oakland Raider. He's a Gruden cast-off. So maybe the Gruden cast-off on Philly canceled out the Gruden giveaway, which was Khalil Mack, on the other side, right?
I told you Gruden should be executive of the year.
He is. I mean,
look what he did for the Bears.
Games all over the playoffs.
Look what he did for the Bears and the Cowboys.
I know.
And the Eagles,
and
for
the
that
Eagles.
matter.
Done a lot.
And the Eagles. Way to go. So I'm going to remind you, what have I told you about my Dallas Cowboys? They've been on a revenge tour. They need to be able to get even with teams such as Seattle because they owed them for last year and early this year.
Oh, so they got to get back at the Rams.
They got to get back to the Rams. Remember what happened last year at Jerry World? My Cowboys were up 24-16. That was Jared Goff and Todd Gurley and the whole thing, right?
Half.
And my defense fell apart. There was no Sean Lee the second half. There's no Sean Lee now.
I had heard you mention Sean Lee. You should. Oh, I think they should replace Van Der Esch with Sean Lee.
Well, he started the game, did Sean Lee the other day, and I was scared about that. I thought it might jinx them because he just played one play and Van Der Esch came in, and I don't think Sean Lee played another.
If I'm Van Der Esch, I'm upset. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. I want that start on my resume.
Yeah, well, he's a good kid. He's a nice young man. He's a team player, and he played his tail off.
I don't want no symbolic. They did a symbolic gesture for Sean Lee, Skip Bayless. Van Der Esch has been playing his butt off since he's been in there.
He has.
And you gonna let Sean Lee start just
that.
I'm with you. I agree with that. I did not like it. It was just a nod to all of his achievements and all of his dedication to what they've been. He got them to where they were, and then Van Der Esch took it from there. But I'm going to remind you, Todd Gurley took over the football game in the second half last year and wound up with 200 115 combined yardage with his runs and his passes, and he caught the 51-yarder run catch that broke the game open.
Yeah.
So now it comes to this. Can they get revenge here in the Coliseum? And is Todd Gurley going to be healthy? I don't know.
Yeah.
They've had their week off.
Well, he's been off more than a week.
Yep.
Because remember, C.J. Anderson filled in for him against Arizona. He filled in for him the last week. They get the bye week. So he's been off for a month.
Yep.
So he should be chomping at the bit, raring to go, and hopefully they play well. But defensively, now they have everybody back. They have a week off. They had a week off, and so we're going to see Peters, Aqib Talib.
We will.
That's going to be a great matchup. But the key has it will and always will be,
Yep.
as long as 2-1 is in the backfield and wearing a Cowboys uniform, it starts and stops with him.
It does not. It starts and stops with number 4. And my final meant-to-be note is, where was Dak Prescott's coming-out party? The very first preseason game of the 2016 season when he was a raw rookie, 4th-round pick out of Mississippi State. It happened right here at the Los Angeles Coliseum when he started the first preseason game. And he only went 10 out of 12 for 139 yards in the first half, and they led 24-6 at halftime. And the rest is history. Thank you.
So, hey, let's talk
Thank you.
about that.